SanDisk is one of the world's largest suppliers of flash memory cards and other memory products. We're delighted to have the Director of Product Marketing for SSD from SanDisk, Doreet Oren. Doreet, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you with us as well, because you guys have some pretty cool announcements here at Computex as well, doing some more, as always, unique things. Tell us about it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very excited to be here and glad to be on your show to be telling you about a new product we're announcing. This is a new flash product that is tailored not for the directly to the consumer market, but for laptops for the consumer market. In other words, a specific new category that is very hot right now at Computex. That's the ultra low-cost PCs. Talking about PCs that are as small as this, as light as this, that I can hold, with one hand.
Exactly. Very small device that's easily carried and easily transported, no doubt easily charged, and
right.
among other things.
And what's very nice is very low cost. Very different than these big laptops
that we're all used to carrying now. Exactly. Very small note for those of you watching on our video podcast, and if you're out driving around, don't worry. Just swing by the website when you have a chance, and you'll check out these various products. I'm not sure which camera Andres is changing to, so I'm trying to show it to you right now. But how easy it is, how thin it is, how lightweight it is.
Right.
And a lot of this has to do with the type of memory.
Right, exactly. What we've done is we've actually tailored one of our solid-state drives to this particular market. This is a product that we just announced here at Computex. It's called PSSD. P stands for PATA, P-A-T-A. That's Parallel ATA. And this device is particularly low cost, allowing you to have the advantages of flash, which are, of course, a lot more durability, a lot more ruggedness.
Yeah.
If it falls down, no big deal. It's not going to break.
I'll let you throw it on the floor as you did, and it's fine.
That's perfectly fine. That's exactly my point. A
Yeah.
hard disk, what people used to have in these laptops, is not as rugged and durable and actually would have broken and would have stopped functioning. But flash is very reliable, and therefore it is a very attractive device for these low-cost PCs that need to be moved around a lot often or handled not so carefully by adults and children.
So a lot of advantages, certainly, over solid-state drives, over the older drives, or the drives that we're all used to at this point. Any disadvantages, though? Are there things that we're saying that we have to be a little more concerned about or otherwise, except for, at the moment, the cost, I would imagine?
Well, the thing is that the solid-state drives that are geared to this traditional laptop market are still priced higher than hard disk drives.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, a concern. But these small devices that I'm talking about right now are actually priced less than a hard disk drive. So we have the advantage of flash on the one hand, but we have the low cost, lower than a hard disk for this market, which is a low-cost market.
And comparable sizes, then, as far as memory capacity?
Actually, we talk here about 8 and 16 gigabyte of memory, and that's quite sufficient for this kind of device because the sole purpose, really, or the primary purpose, I should say, is to surf the web.
Yeah.
And when you're surfing the web, you don't need to be saving content as much as you do in your regular consumer or business laptop that
Sure.
you're used to.
So you're not really looking at this totally replacing our laptops at the moment necessarily, but certainly on-the-go surfing, among other things, checking email, those sorts of things.
Not replacing at all. It's probably the next must-have electronic device. It's a second device for many laptop owners to carry around. Probably when I come to the show next year, I'm hoping to have a small, light laptop like this rather than my business laptop. I'd rather not drag that across the ocean all the way to Taiwan.
Exactly.
I'd rather leave that for my home and back and forth to the office perhaps where I have all the data that I really need. But for a short trip and for surfing the web and seeing your email, a low-cost PC is a very attractive additional device.
And, of course, also easier to use in those confined spaces. Not so much surfing the web on an airplane, but otherwise doing some light work or just catching up on some reading or any number of things. You can open this up when the guy in front of you has got his seat all the way back, where we can't with our laptops.
Actually, a friend of mine had his old laptop crashed by someone pulling back in an airport.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're right. That's a good point.
Exactly. What other products are you guys showcasing here at Computex this year?
We're, of course, showing our solid-state drives that are geared to the traditional laptop market because, of course, we are expecting a transition in that market as well from hard disk drives to solid-state drives. That market will happen probably a little bit later, probably more next year. This here with the low-cost PC is a now market. It's a 2008 market, so watch out for these low-cost PCs. The The other market of the traditional laptops, we're gearing primarily at the business users. That's a very exciting market, but that's going to take a little bit longer to adopt.
Gotcha. And size, capacity-wise, are we going to get to a point where we can approach the type of drives that we have in our laptops now in the near future? Or what is the maximum capacity, for example, with SanDisk right now?
SanDisk right now is marketing the 64 gigabyte, and that's not because we can't market higher capacities. That's because this is the realistic capacity that price-wise makes sense. Eventually, as prices come down of flash, and they are continuously coming down, we expect that higher capacities will be attractive as well. But I'm not here to say that the solid-state drive will completely replace the hard disk in any application. Note that in the laptop market, we expect it will replace the hard disk first in the professional notebooks and only then in the consumer market.
Especially the whole rugged capability. If you're using it out in the field, then look for an SSD to do a better job for you than the traditional drives, right?
Absolutely. We actually have been marketing these products for many years in the military and aerospace, where the ruggedness really made a difference, and they were willing or had to pay the high prices of flash 10 years ago because they couldn't take the risk of using a hard disk drive in those environments.
Gotcha. For more about solid-state drives for mobile computing, we invite you to visit sandisk.com/SSD for solid-state drive. Doreet, you've been a delight to chat with. Let's make sure we get you back on the show again sometime soon. There's so much happening here with what you guys are working on. We want to know more.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. Again, sandisk.com/SSD. I'm Dave Graveline. More from Taiwan and Computex Taipei after this.